Hey guys, so the Republican debate ended. It was very, there was a lot of fighting in it. It was actually a pretty intense debate as far as these things go. Romney and Perry got into a big fight. Kaine got yelled at by about everybody on his 999 plan. It was pretty intense, actually. Santorum, surprisingly, did okay. This is the first time I'm going to say that about him. I always kind of put him in the, wow, I can't believe he's still in the race category. But today, I think he did a decent job, all things considered. I mean, he's not probably going to win. Huntsman didn't show up. That's the other big story that nobody talks about because, he's at 1% anyway. That's because he wanted New Hampshire to go first, and now Nevada, where the debate's being held, is trying to jump that, evidently, and that pissed him off. Some people say that it's because he's planning on dropping out, soon. Why prepare for a debate when you're going to drop out in like a week anyway? So that's the other argument. Frankly, I don't know if that's true. I tend not to believe that. I think he's going to wait till New Hampshire. If he doesn't win there, then it's going to be over for him. Anyway, what about the candidates? How did they do? I think Romney did good. A lot of people disagree with this assessment. Is that when Romney and Perry got into that big epic battle where they just were like yelling at each other, I think Romney came off as more of the adult, which is always the position you want to be if you're going to get into a yelling match. I know that sounds kind of ridiculous, but it's kind of true. I thought Ron Paul did a really good job in this debate, breaking down all the issues. Sometimes he doesn't do as good as this, but I think, with the exception maybe military security, which is a tough sell in the Republican debate, I think he was able to utilize issues that other candidates weren't willing or unable to do, such as the Occupy Wall Street. His answer was, at the same time, sympathetic. It played off some major, truisms in the Republican playbook. So by doing that, he was able to get the crowd behind him, even though he was basically saying he understood where Occupy Wall Street was going. The cool thing about it is it might actually be genuine. That might be what he actually feels, which is incredible for a politician to do that without being a politician in a sense. Of course, I think that the person that, I'll be real with you, I'm going to bring up Bachmann for a second. When I saw Bachmann on stage, I came in like a minute late to the debate, and Bachmann was coming out, and they did the shot of her. I thought they were having a bunch of military people show up, and she was like representing the Navy or something, because her outfit just looked like Navy from the 80s or something. It totally threw me off. I mean, I know I'm going to get hate for that, but I'll be real with you. I felt really stupid when I realized it was Bachmann. I was like, what the hell? Oh, shit. Anyway, the other candidates, Santorum, like I said, I think he did better than he usually does. Kaine did decent considering how much heat he took. Perry, I'm going to be real with you. Like I said before, he just doesn't have debate skills. If you could take Perry and you could take Kaine and combine them, they would be a good candidate. But, I mean, he just needs to learn how to debate. I'll give him this. This was a better attempt. And Romney took a lot more heat this time, and frankly, probably wasn't his best debate. But at the same time, he was able to keep his head, which is something you need to do if you're, the authority figure in these debates. So, overall, I'd say the big loser, once again, will probably be Perry. Of course, this is my opinion. Watch the television, will say something different, and then everybody will believe it. But, and Ron Paul did good this time, and Kaine did really well. I think the winners would be Kaine, Romney, of course, and then maybe Paul. But everybody else was kind of there, but I guess they played an important part in the debate, but they weren't as successful, is how I put it. Gingrich, poor guy. I'll just mention Gingrich. Just so you know, he's like $1 million in debt. Now, this isn't without that secret money or whatever, the non-reported money, I guess. But he didn't do bad. Like, what he's saying isn't bad. It's just he's kind of not the candidate for today, in a sense, And that's the problem he's facing. He doesn't. The other thing is that he doesn't bring any modern tricks. He's kind of playing old 90s, you know, Republican debate tactics, which are bad, but they're, you know, it's like it's just kind of stale in a sense. That's my opinion. And if that wasn't true, I think he'd be doing better in the polls. Santorum, I think. I don't think he's got a future, but then again, after this debate, I'm like, you could see him coming up if Kane messed up or Romney shot himself in the foot somehow. I don't know. Anyway, that's basically it. My earlier analysis was longer, but it wouldn't upload because my internet keeps going out. Hopefully this one does get up. Subscribe, comment, rate. Have a great day. Bye.